Well, hello out there, all my DIY artsy crafty friends and family. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Dee, aka the Messy Perfectionist, and on this channel I am sharing my love and learning for all things artsy crafty related, believing that every person has some spark of creativity within that they maybe have yet to explore, and it's my hope that by sharing my own journey of wins, fails, my creativity in its own way, and also my inexperience, that maybe it will inspire someone out there to start on their own artsy crafty journey, whatever that looks like for them or wherever they perceive their own skill level to be. So welcome to this little judgment-free creative safe space in my corner of the internet where we can share and maybe learn something fun together. In today's video, I am sharing a page that I completed out of Hanna Karlzon's adult coloring book titled Tales from the Witch's Cottage, in which I created my own background of kind of a misty mountain landscape and a moonlit night sky behind our little witchy girl here. I had originally meant to complete this as a full color along, but apparently I didn't hit record while I colored our girl, but figured I'd at least show you here the colors that I used of my I used Prismacolor Premier Pencils. So I left my little swatch chart there with the numbers listed beside it in case you liked the way this came out and wanted to color her in a similar fashion. So I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but what I did was I went ahead and I lightly drew out some outlines for the mountain range and the moon, along with some like circular celestial bodies representing stars and such for the background. To complete this page, I used some mixed media along with my colored pencils to complete the piece, and of course you'll see that as we move along into the video further. So I did use Prismacolor Premier Pencils. I used some mineral spirits to burnish and blend. I used my Derwent Inktense pencils to create the night sky look, and also with filling in some spaces on the mountain area. And I used some gold gel pen and some white gel pen as well. So here is our little witchy girl colored in. I did her in a purple dress, and I wanted to give her kind of bluish, blackish hair. I wanted her to have almost like a steampunk feel to her outfit, so I really felt like that was achieved with using the gold and silver and white gel pens to kind of almost create those little bits of bling on her outfit. And now I'm getting ready to start on the background, and that's what we will watch through the remainder of this video. It was a lot of fun to do, and I do hope that you guys enjoy watching the process and how it all turned out. And please, if you hear something you like in this video or feel inspired in some way, or you would like to see more from me, please do consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. It will really help to grow my little channel, and I'm enjoying creating all of this content for you guys. I appreciate you all so much for doing so, along with taking the time to watch this video to the end. And again, I really do hope that you enjoy it. I will talk periodically throughout the video, followed with moments of silence or music, and we will catch up towards the end. Again, let me know what you guys think. So I started this background by beginning with the moon area, tracing over my original light drawing with my Prismacolor pencils. I again do have the colors on the side there, and you could go back to the beginning if you wanted to check and see what numbers I was using for that, but it was the browns and golds. So starting with my darkest and then going to my lightest to create that image of a yellowish glowing moon with the craters. After finishing with my layers to create the image of the moon behind our witch, I did go in with my colorless blender to kind of smooth everything out and see how it looked, because I could still see pencil line, but it all worked out fine in the end, and it didn't really bother me too much with the lines that I could slightly see once everything was blended. And of course I go in a little bit more later on. It's just fine, you don't even notice it. So now I'm starting on my mountain ranges. I had never done this before, so I went very slow and easy like I tend to do with my various pencil layers. I wanted to create texture and the image of fog between those mountain ranges, or mist. So I wanted the mountains dark, as if you're looking at mountains in the distance on a moonlit night, but I did not want to use black pencil, so I wanted to stick to the blues and the purples and be consistent with that. I feel like this is where you can start to see it come to life a little bit more, kind of the image that I had in my head of creating those various ranges with the mist in between all the mountains and her flying high above them. So I'm pretty happy with the way this is layered out as it is, and I'm getting ready to go in with my mineral spirits to really blend this out. And what I love about using this technique is you can move the pencil around really well, like you can with watercolor pencil or your Neocolor 2s. It's almost that same thing, and so you'll see it, but I wanted to have kind of show those tree lines a little bit by using my brush to create that, and then later going in a little bit more with the Inktense pencils you'll see towards the end. If you've never tried this technique with your colored pencils, I highly suggest it. It's a lot of fun to do if you like to paint or use watercolor pencils, say. And so far, so good with the coloring books that I've used it in. You'll see me periodically check on the other side of my page to see if it's going through, and it doesn't. The Hanna Karlzon's books are really good quality paper, and so you can go in with your Inktense pencils and you can go in with your mineral spirits, and it's not going to hurt the image that's on the other side of the page, which I totally love and appreciate so much. So I've got my mountains blended out pretty well and my fog, and I decided to just go in and also touch up some spots on the broom and also on the moon and the witch with the mineral spirits as well, where I wanted to kind of enhance the color, I guess you could say, and also on her dress move a little bit of that pigment around and just even it out just a little bit more and have some things pop. I really feel like this just makes the color pops so much more and just more vibrant and smoother. I love using this technique. So for this next part and starting the night sky, I wanted to create the image of almost like when you see one of those time-lapse videos of a night sky where it almost looks circular, like the stars are moving. And I decided to use my Derwent Inktense pencils for that. I went in with several layers and wanted to stay in the purples and pink ranges, and then using my brush, my water brush, to create kind of that technique with the strokes that I used. I decided kind of last minute to take that dark purple and go around the uh, top of it with the heaviest and then blend it gradiently down into it just to kind of have it cohesive. And that turned out really well, I think, helping it just feel better after it was activated. I then decided to add a little bit of the Inktense pencil along the mountain ranges to create a little bit more dimension of that tree line that I was trying to go for, which I didn't really achieve with just using the pencil and the mineral spirits on their own. But with this little touch, really made a difference. And here you can see what I started doing to kind of create that rounded effect for the night sky that I was trying to go for. As you guys know, I am very new to all of this, so I wasn't sure how my Inktense pencils were going to overlay, over that pencil and the mineral spirits, but I was very happily surprised my experiment worked. Can't always say it does that for everything, but here I felt like I achieved kind of that line that I was going for, and it just made the little bit of difference that I wanted on this page. There you can really see how that purple just helped, I feel like, make that fog pop a little bit more too, kind of blending that tree line down into the mist, which is what I was trying to create. So I was pretty happy with the way they layered out together, and not too bad for my first go. It's something I want to practice more of, but I enjoyed this process and was happy for my first time trying this for sure. Now I'm just trying to brighten up my moon a little bit by taking in some of that kind of golden yellow around. And I will also fill in the stars that are kind of shooting from her hands with that. And then I decided to use gold over them anyway. But I was still glad I went in with the yellow because that yellow really is pretty blended with those pinks and the purples, I thought, just to kind of create a little bit more of a glow around the moon and also then around the stars. So I started the stars with using my gold gel pen, and that looked okay, but I don't know. I'm such a big fan of my acrylic paint markers, my white, gold, and silver. I use them all the time and did decide to go in with that instead over top of that a little bit more. But I will say that the gel pens do lay very easily and nicely over the Inktense. So that was good to know because obviously gel pen over pencil doesn't always come out very nice. It's, waxy pencil. So when you burnish everything with the mineral spirits and using Inktense itself, it just creates kind of a smooth paper texture. And then I decided to just add in some little gold sparkles kind of along the fog, maybe reminiscent of fireflies or lights that are in the forest, just something a little extra. And then going in with my acrylic paint pen again in white to create some of those stars, filling in the spots that I had originally created, those kind of larger circles, and then just a few more little white dots as well to create the image of the galaxy and the stars in the sky. And then that was just kind of it. I thought it was good and called it finished. You could see here I kind of played around with the stars again a little bit. I did add some white around them, which I don't know if I needed to do that. I probably would have left it alone, I think, if I was to do it again, because I think it was just pretty in the gold. But the white just made it stand out a little bit more. As we are drawing to the end of this video, I would like to take another opportunity to thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that good stuff. If you made it to the end, you are amazing and so appreciated. Remember, until we speak again, to always take a little bit of time for yourself, be kind to yourself and others, and we will talk soon. Bye.